see it on film. I was kind of looking to see if he's going to come down inbounds. So, but it was a big time play.
Is McTillman somebody you just envision moving all over the defensive line, or how are you guys planning on using him?
There's a good chance that will happen, and like I said, he understands our scheme, and he got plenty of work at both of them in the spring. Right now he's working a little bit more inside, but we're going to do everything we can to isolate him on certain guys, and it's pass rush. Obviously, the inside guys usually aren't as good as pass protectors as outside guys. So, we're going to get him on some guys, hopefully, where we can get one-on-one matchups and let that happen. And hopefully, he'll be excited about doing it, but also hopefully he can rise to the occasion when we get him matched up.
How are Santos and Cam doing as the starting safeties?
Well, I've been pleased with them. And again, like I said, I don't want to say too much before we see the film, but Santos, for sure is a leader on our football team. There's no question about that. He's a guy that you got to have. You'd like to have a guy with the same demeanor at every position that we've got on defense, and we do at some positions. But he's the kind of guy that can make your football team better. He's the kind of guy that we can't afford to lose.
And Cam, how's he doing with that?
He's doing well. He's doing well. He's not. And he will be, but he's still learning. And what happens when you're still learning things? Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you can't play as fast. But once you get your technique down and you understand your responsibilities, then you're able to play. And he's still learning some of the nuances. And when he gets those down, and he's going to be able to play fast, and certainly it'll help our football team.
I know you want to develop depth behind those guys. How's the depth looking? And how's Montgomery Brown doing? He's a pretty heralded recruit who redshirted.
Well, again, he's doing fine. He's doing fine. Are we where we need to be? We just had our first scrimmage. I guess what's 6th or 7th practice. I don't know. I've been in it so long I keep forgetting. But we got to continue to improve. I don't think there's a position on this defensive football team that we can say, hey, it's where it needs to be, and we've got the depth to keep it there. We got to continue to build depth all across the board, and we got to continue to push the first unit to get better.
What kind of camp would you say Monteric's having just in general?
Good.
You want to expound on that?
What about the nickel position? How is that looking right now?
Good. We got some. Like I said, we got some work to do there, but we got guys that are competing, and again, it's competition, and competition's going to make them all better. And a lot of times it's hard to tell in some of the situations. We'll know more again after we watch this film.
Devine was a guy who played offense before, and they didn't play ball last year. What do you thought about how he's doing at a new position, inside of the ball?
I haven't had a lot of opportunities just to study him personally to see where he is. So I'm not going to comment on that, but we're pleased with where we are. We got work to do, and we'll continue to build depth.
The team speed that y'all wanted, do you feel there's an improvement since spring that's noticeable?
Well, there's no doubt we've seen, and it's kind of interesting you ask that. We've gone back and looked at some of the things that we did in spring, and we wanted our kids to see the difference in the speed. And yeah, there's a difference, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they've gained speed. What it means is they understand what they're doing, and it's a lot easier to go full speed and to play fast when you are confident in your responsibility and your technique.
How do you feel about where you guys are as far as installing what you want to do?
We've thrown a lot at them, a tremendous amount. We've already introduced more than we would take into a game. Our game plan will probably end up being about maybe 60% of what we've introduced. We won't. There's no way you can take everything, And then there's special situations. There's special down and distance. We've already and what we do when you do an install. Most of the time you put it in. You have not worked it in, and we've got to work it in before it's going to be game ready. And we've put in a lot of stuff, and we'll go back and narrow the scope and start working the things. For example. If there's a certain defense or a certain call that's going to be your major call. We're going to spend more time working it than we are some of the others, okay? But we have to work the other ones as well. So it's kind of time spent on how much you're going to use it. So, but we've got a lot of stuff in. Have we got it worked in? Not quite.
How do you feel the guys are picking it up?
Good, good, really good. You know, they want to be, you know, they want to be better. Okay, they want to, you know, they have the want to, and you know, we got to keep pushing them, and we got to help them and coach them and teach them so they can have the how to, and that's where we are. You know, so they're working hard, and I'm not just saying that so it sounds good. Okay, if they wasn't, I wouldn't make any comments. They're working hard, and we got to keep coaching them. We got to coach them up, technique fundamentally, and give them the tools that they need to go play with.
Both Dre and Dijon played over 90% of the snaps last year. Is that too many snaps
Yeah.
for starting linebacker?
Yeah.
What percentage would you ideally?
Well, let me say this, and you know, and again, you know, with the idea that, you know, the number of snaps on defense could go up. You know, situation that I've been in, you know, we played 260 snaps more than some teams did on defense. You know, and that has to do, you know, and I'm not talking about, you know, just, you know, fast pace. We got to get off the field. But right now there's more and more possessions in football. And really, you know, if you can keep a guy to 50 plays or less, you know, at linebacker, you know, I don't want it to go over that. And to be quite honest with you, in the past we hadn't had that kind of depth. And hopefully we're going to develop that kind of depth here, because, you know, after you get 50, 60 snaps, you know, you're not the same football team. And I don't even like to talk about that, but that is the truth. That is the truth. And I've had some kids that have played 80, 90 snaps before, but you're not the same football team.
Is that pretty